Hi again. Here we are to continue talking about Swift and Xcode and working with table views. Um, in the last video, we made a struct called movie, right? And it allows us to set the name, the year, and the director. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to replace these strings here with movies or instances of the movie struct, okay? So we're going to have to do a little bit of work here. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete all of these guys, right? So we don't have anything in here. Now, Swift is going to give us, or Xcode is going to give us an error. It's going to say like, hey, you didn't set the type of this. Like every array has to hold one type of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to say movie, and then put the parentheses on the end. So what this does is this creates a brand new empty array that will hold movie objects. So movie object, that type right there is what we defined here, right? So that array is going to hold structs that are type movie, okay? So we got that. So now our table view is going to display the count of the array, which right now is 0. Okay, so when I put movie here, I didn't make a new movie. I just set the type to movie. Okay, so this is going to be an array with 0 movies in it at the moment. We're going to add some, right? So we'll tell the table view that there's 0 items here until we add more, right? And then right here, I'm going to get an error because when we get the movie at this index path, you can't take a movie and put it into text, right? Because text expects a string, it doesn't expect a movie, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a dot here, and then you can see that array bracket, index path dot row is going to give us one of the movies in the array, and every movie has a director, a name, and a year. So why don't we put the name in there, right? So now that's going to fix that. And now if we test our app, it's not going to work yet. We still have another error, and our array is empty, so we'll have to add items to this. So let's fix this other error here, right? So this error here is saying like, hey, title text is expecting a string, but array is going to provide a movie, right? So we don't want to send a movie. We can't put a movie where we expect a string, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to, let's actually just change this name here, right? Well, actually, no, let's go to details view controller first. Let's go there. And instead of passing, just the title text, why don't we just pass a whole movie in here? And then details view controller can deal with that movie. It'll have control of the movie, and it can display all the movie information however it likes. So let's change this. Instead of saying title text and string, let's change it to movie lowercase colon, and then the type will be movie uppercase question mark. Okay, so we're going to make a variable called movie. And this one, lowercase, is a different spelling. Since the case is different, this is a totally different variable than this one, right? Okay, so we'll say, whenever you set up your detail view controller, we'll pass a movie in, and then this can display the movie information. So we'll go down here, and, title text is missing now. So why don't we say, hey, if let movie equal movie, right? So this is the movie. Like if I put the cursor on this guy, you can see that this is this movie here. And if we assign it to this guy, we're kind of unwrapping it if it's not nil, because remember, it's optional with the question mark. So if we've got the unwrapped movie here, then we can take any value from that movie, right? Let's put movie here, and we can take any value, like let's say the name, and put it into the title label, okay? And we'll add some more labels where we can get the director, the year, and then maybe we'll add a rating to the movie too, right? So anyway, so that kind of fixes this guy. Let's go back to view controller now, okay? And here we have a problem because we removed the title text property and we replaced it with the movie property. So we're going to get an error saying like, hey, this destination view controller doesn't have this property anymore, right? So what we'll do is we'll delete that, and we'll replace it with a movie. And you'll see when I start typing movie, the code hints show me that indeed there is a property called movie that belongs to this view controller, which is a details view controller. And then the value is a movie type and optional because it has the question mark. So we'll put a movie there. And indeed, we can take a movie from the array and assign it to the movie property of the destination view controller. Okay, so that should fix all of our errors. Right now, we don't have any movies in the array, so we'll have to add some, right? So let's stop here and